Hi guys, g'day, welcome to my channel Chit Chat Down Under. If you're new to my channel, g'day, I'm Diane, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back and welcome back my lovely. Okay, so today I'm doing a TEMU haul, surprise surprise, but I've also got a few little things to show you. So I've taken these out of another bag because they're too big. So the first item is this calendar, and it is for a desktop calendar, so you can write on it. I paid $9.56 and it's now $12.82, and it is an 18-month calendar. I don't know why I didn't haul it sooner. I should have. And so it is quite large. I like the large parts. You've got it notes here, and it is just simply, oh look, it's even got the little, you put that in, there's little corners there that you slide it into so that it keeps the page from doubling over, which I can't get it back in now. Okay, and they're all the same pattern, and so this goes from July, which we've already passed. This is what I mean, we're already past all this. July, August, September, October, November, and it has got a clear cover so that you don't get it dirty. So you can have this on the bench top in your kitchen. Now I'm just tearing off the ones that have already been. I don't know why I didn't already start using it. We shall throw those away, we don't need them. So I will put that in on the bench top in the kitchen, and I can put my little notes on, and that's awesome. I love it. Next up, I'm hauling this now. I think I have bought another one of these, and what it is $13.03, now $12.92, and there's 160 pieces in here, and I'll just show you what they are. And it comes in a beautifully little wrapped up little pack, and what they are simply pages that have got little prints on them. And what I'm going to use them for is journaling, and also for card making. They make really good backgrounds. See, that's like the marble, and they are all different colors. I'll just show you. Oh, just flick through a bit. So they're all different colors, but have a look at that, guys. So you've got your greens, your blues, your purples, your rainbow, and some are bubbled, some are marbled, some have butterflies, some don't. And I should probably have them the right way up for a start. And some, yeah, some have got the little bubbles. Some have that stained glass look. And they're all different colours, different patterns. And I just think they're really good for, as I said, for when you're doing cards. They make a beautiful backdrop. I will be showing you some of the things that I will be using them for. I have here in my little bag here. I'll just put this closer to me. Okay, so next up we have this item, and this is a little pack, $9.42, now $9.83. And what it is a do-it-yourself letter paper, volume 2. And what they are, on the back you have got, they're like retro little cards. So there's 6, 12, 15 little projects, and there's 3 of each. I will show you what they look like, and then I'll show you the finished, because I have already done one set so that I can show you what it looks like, because that's what we do here at Chit Chat Down Under. We don't only review, but we show. Okay, so this one will become this. So this is great for making cards for kids, and they just simply pop in there, and you can journal on them or whatever. So that is like a little thing, you tape that down. So these are really good for scrapbooking, journaling. Then we also have this one, and this one becomes a little record player, and you can either, I'm going to put a little tack in there and like a little brad, and that way it can be a proper little record player. And then we have the book. That is a little book which I didn't make. Now I put them on some card because this is really, really thin. It's it's super thin. And so what I did is I actually did put them on some card. Now I will show you this flower one. So this flower pack, so you get 3 of each, guys. So it is simply 3 pieces. And so you end up with the flowers, which you will glue this, the base on the edge, you glue it on 3 sides, leave the top open, and then this can be slotted in behind like so. And then you can punch a little hole and put your little card on, and that's really cute. Or you can just simply sit it inside. Once this is glued down, of course, that will stick, and that will be great for a journal. Then we have our little camera, and that's cute. That turned out really cute, if I can find it. Now it also comes with, on the page, it gives you a little example. Now don't throw those away, because you can pop that on another journal on a picture. So if you have a photo mat is just simply a piece of card like so that you may stick into a journal, and you might put photo here, and then you can simply use that and put it in the corner just to give it an embellishment. So don't throw them away. And then simply the card, this little photo can sit in here. So the photo is coming out, and you just have that sitting like that. You glue this down, except for the slotted part, of course, and that just slides in, and then you can use that somewhere else. Great stuff. Now, I found that I did use really thick cardstock, maybe a little bit too thick. Then you've got a little mobile phone, which turned out into, I'll just show you. Now these are available on TEMU at the moment, as I said. So that's the little example. You can pop that in a little journal, but this is the little phone, and that's it. So you only glue the back of this part, and then that's loose. And you can put a little message in there. So these are adorable. Then you've also got a laptop, and that one is this one here, and it just opens up. Again, you just simply put your little doobie dab on. Then you've got this one, which turns into a little jar of cream. You have a belly band, so you would glue just this part into your journal. The back of it, you glue that in, and this is then a little belly band. And then this is your little pot that you put in there. You take that out, and then that opens up into a little note. So we pop that in there. And again, this has got the little miniature version of it, which you will use somewhere else, which is that little one. Then we have 3 little cards, which are little buddy cards. You can sit them in a little, if you have a little pocket in a journal, you can just simply slot them in, and the kids can make their little, put their little pet's name on there or whatever. So they're just little cards to put in. Then we have a cute little handbag, which turned out adorable. And again, the little example one you can pop on a different page. And inside you have a little wallet, and you just put their name on, and you can journal on the back, and that simply sits in the little bag. Again, I would use that on a different page, but how adorable. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Then we have the makeup palette, and that one turned out lovely too. So it turns out like that. So you would only stick this part down, and that would be folded. And then we have, what do we have? We have a little puzzle piece that turns out like this, and each piece you put, before you cut it, you will put a message on here. You write them a little note or a letter, and then you cut it out into its individual pieces, and then it gets popped into the little box, and this gets glued on into the journal. Next up we have, oh, I've missed that one first. Oops, they're coming out really easily. Oh, okay, hang on. Then we have this little piece, which is a little envelope, and I decided not to leave it as an envelope. I actually have cut the envelope parts off, which are these bits. I only left the top part, and I simply made it into a pouch. So what I've done, the little blank piece is still there, the little picture is still there, but I will cut a little tiny piece off that picture because it's going to be too wide now, because I did leave a little piece off. So I will cut that down for you just to show you with my trusty gold scissors. And now I've cut it crookedly because my eyes are crooked. Okay, I'll throw that rubbish away later. So you have a little card and you have a little landscape, and I decided that I would glue these three sides, and that would be in the journal, and then I would have, so that would be facing you like that, and then I would have, so the little cards sit in the back, because I didn't like the idea of having just the envelope. You could leave it as an envelope. The next one I do, I will leave the envelope intact, and that way you have your envelope that will be folded down. I would then put a little Velcro dot on there and on the envelope part so that it sticks, and then you can just have that sitting in a slip pocket. So that's what you do with that. Then we have, oh, that's the little record player I showed you, and that's, I think that's all of them. That's all of them. So that's that. That's that one. So that's cute. Then I got the other one, and this is version 1. This one was $9.33, now $9.83. And again, it has 45 sheets, so 3 times 15. And you get all of these, which I will go through with you. So firstly, you have a donut with your example. Don't throw the example away. You can pop that on a different page, and the little donuts come out like that, and they are for journaling. You've got your little ruled areas, and they simply sit back in the little box. So there's that one. Then we have little mint, oh, is it mint? Yes, mint smoothie. Now it does come with the little example which I popped on there. You have got the little mint, and there it is, and it also has would you like an ice cream. So I just pop all the little bits in there, and that just sits in there, and you just you cut that little bit with a knife, you put the little mint there, and then that will glue into a journal. Then we have a chocolate bar, which turns out like this, and it is chocolate, and you've got the back like that, and you have your little chocolate bar, which I'm not grabbing right, so that comes out like that, and they can journal on that like so. That's cute. I love that. And the next one is, they are little grape shakes. So there's 2 of them. And where are they? Where are they? Where are my grape shakes? There they are. And again, there's the example, so you can pop that on a different page. And what happens is you lift them out, and there's a little spot for journaling. So you only glue the back, and that sits in. Great for a kid's journal. Then you have an orange juice one, and that is the orange juice. So you would put the little box on one side, and you can fold that down to make it look like a carton, like that. So it's got a bit more 3D. And then you would glue this card onto the opposing card, or you could put it above, beside, underneath, or even on the corner. You could have it superimposed like that. So that's another page. And then you have an apple, and I just simply did that. That's the inside, that's the outside, so it's an apple, right? So that's another little page. Then we have little potato chips. They turned out adorable. Again, we've got the little example, and then you've got the chippies and the back. Now, you don't have to glue these down. You can put them in a slip pocket, and that way, you know, if they want, they can glue it somewhere else. Then we had the little bread, little bag with bread, and they're cute. So you got 2 little slices of bread, and they simply sit in there. That's really cute, like so. And then you can cut that if you want and put a little note. Totally up to you. Then we have a carton of milk, and these are still available on TEMU. There's nothing in this, it's just a carton. I will fold that so it sits a bit better so that you get that 3-dimension look. And that's the carton, and it does come again with the little card. So you would make a page out of that. You could potentially stick that on your journal, and then you could pop that in there. That could be a pouch. You would only glue 3 sides so that that's a slip pocket, and then you could slip that inside of it. Okay, so that's the sort of thing I will use the paper for. Next up, we have this one, and that's another little belly band. It is a cupcake, so you would glue the belly band in, and then that one, concertinas. The only thing is, I did cut, that was straight, so that when you put it together, concertina together, it had little bits sticking out here, which I just curved and matched. And then you simply just pop it back into the little belly band. And you can just put these on cards, guys. You don't have to have journaling. You can just pop them on the front of a card and have that, you know, have your backing, put your little thing there for a little message, and then pop your little greeting on there for whatever you want to put in, and have that as a little feature on the front of the card. Again, we have this one, and that is a little hamburger roll, and it is adorable. So there's your little example for another page, that one. And again, little belly band, and again I did cut the excess off, and it becomes a little note. They're adorable, guys. I love these. It is a bit of work. I think that next time I do them, I would probably not use heavy cardstock. I will probably use, because this is quite thick, I would probably use a thinner card base. Strawberry little milkshakes, and you get 2 of them. So, and again, they pop out. And then we've got 3 left. Then we have a little grape ice cream, and that turns out like this, a little popsicle. So there is your little popsicle. Now, you don't have to put it in the little pouch. You can have the little pouch sitting there and have a bookmark in there, and then you can have that sitting on the page or whatever you want to do. But the choice is yours what you do with it. You can have it just sitting like that so that they know. And yeah. And then the second last one is a little pack of popcorn. Again, it simply just sits in the little box, and you can take it out. And it also says, let's go watch a movie together. So maybe you could put this on a card and place that in and say, let's go see a movie, and put an actual movie ticket in there, which would be nice. And then the last one is a tomato, and that just simply concertinas. It's just a little note. And so you would glue the base on and then just have that so that they can pull that apart and do whatever. And that's all of them. So what a lovely thing they are. And it is a lot of work putting them all together, but I don't mind fussy cutting. And so I've still got 2 of everything of these. So they do go a long way. You can make an awful lot of cards or journals. Or what I was thinking of doing is making a journal and having like a retro theme, and then having each page have a little fold out, little special little thing. And I will then gift that to someone who is into retro. I asked Nikki if she wanted one, and she goes, oh no, I'm not really into journaling. So that's fine. But I'm going to make a journal, and I might even keep one myself. But I think it's adorable, and I love that idea. So I just wanted to show you those, and I will pack them up later. I just wanted to show you what they look like. I will, however, pack these papers up because they will end up getting lost. Now, I do want to just do a half-hour video, so if we don't get through it all, I have got other ones, but I'll do them next video. Next up, we have these. These are $7.72 and now $7.44. And what are they, will you ask? And that is for two, if I can ever get it open. And they're both identical, so I'll just show you one. It is a cute little box. And you open that up, and inside it has got little paper in the bottom of the box, and there's a little card, so it's got the little streamer stuff there, and it says, my little worry bear, when things get tough and you feel like you're on your own, hold me tight because I am here, you are not alone. Isn't that cute? So that sits in the bottom of the box, and then we have our adorable little teddy bear, and he does move his arms and legs. They are movable, which is incredible. That's insane, and it is so super soft. He's like silk, and he also comes with his own little beanie. This is adorable. I love it. I love it. And I might even hang this one up in my car, on my car mirror. Isn't that adorable? That is so cute. So he could potentially sit somewhere, but I'm going to hang that on my thing. It has got a little loop there, but I like it with the hat. Adorable. And there's two for $7 and a bit, $7 and some change. I like that. They're cute. And I think I might have bought something similar a while back. So that's cute. I love that. Next up, we have some scratch and sniff stickers. Now, I did get some of these off Shannon from Shenanigans 321. And if you have not seen her before, check her out. She's a flight attendant, lives in Utah, St. George in Utah, in America. And she is adorable, and she gives wonderful little stories. And these are little scratch and sniff, and they're cute. They're all cute little stickers. They're cute. And you get 4 of each. Adorable. Again, I bought them for journaling. Next up, I have a little paint by numbers. This one's $8.73, now $9.34. And it is an absolutely beautiful picture that I cannot wait to do. And this is why I bought that water well. Now, I might have even bought another one. Yeah, I have. Because I love that one so much, I bought another one as a backup. So these are the coloured paints you get. They're really pretty. They're like pastel. You do get 3 paintbrushes. And you also get the little hook and the screws to hang your little picture up. And it is a canvas. Oh, that's a lot bigger than I thought. A lot bigger than I thought. That is a lot bigger than I thought, guys. That's massive. How is that? That is going to look beautiful. But that's the size of it. And I was going to put that one, when it's finished, I was going to put it in the loo. Now that's the pattern. And I will show you, this is what it looks like. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely stunning. Beautiful. I can't wait. That is lovely. And what did I say I paid for that? $8.73, now $9.34. So under 10 bucks, and then you just buy a cheap frame from IKEA and then or Kmart, or if you're in America, the Dollar Tree, or maybe Walmart, one of those places. So I love that, can't wait. And of course, to go with it, we have our little water well. Now I have got a green one over there that I put together. I now know how to put it together, so I will quickly show you. My other one is that colour, and I had a lot of trouble putting it together, trust me. Oh, this one is green as well. So, and I worked it all out. And what you do is you simply, you have a little well that sits in. But firstly, you put in your little doobie dab. So this little part gets screwed in the bottom. I have a screwdriver somewhere. Where's my screwdriver? I did have a screwdriver here. Yes, I do. So this little part goes on here. So that little rubber, that's a little rubber, sits on there. Oops. Or does it? What am I doing? Okay, so this part goes in here, and that sits here, and then this part gets attached to this part here, if I can ever get it on there. Oh my goodness. So that goes onto here. There's a little thing there, and then there, and that goes into there, right? So the little spring goes on there, so you can push it down. We clip that on there gently so you don't break it. Then the little rubber sits this way on that little dot, because that's what holds your water back. And then the little screw goes in the back. There's only one place it can go, guys. So that's really handy to know, because if it's got more than one opportunity to go in a different space, you might put it on wrong. Okay, so what happens is, so you've got your little, make sure your little rubber sits properly, like that. So your little rubber is in there, and you've got your little spring, and so your little bottle, this will sit here, like so. It just sits in loosely, it's not real. You put water in here, put the lid on, and that does screw on, or does it? Yes, it does. And you line it up so that the hole sits in here, like it can only go one way. There's a little notch there, and that sits in this little notch here. So you place that like that, and then that sits on your bench top. There's a little what do you call it, little groove there, and it will fill this little well up with water, and you will use your brush, dab it into the water, clean it, and it has got little lines, little striations there, little rough lines. Can you hear it? Hang on, I'll show you. See? And so you rub your brush in there, clean it, and then you press this button, and you see the little rubber disappears, the water runs out, and it will run into the little well, and then that will fill up again with clean water so that your brush is clean for the next colour. It has got 4 little areas there where you can have your mixing your paint. Now I will simply pop that back in the box ready-made, like so, and I will just undo that. Now how did that fit before? Oh, that must go in there. Okay. So that just sits in there. So this is my spare one, because I do have one over there, and I don't want to use both, of course. So I'm just going to pop that in there for when the other one, if the other one gets broken, or if someone else joins me for painting. And that will be handy. I'll just do one more item, and then I will call it a day, because I'm going to try and keep my videos a little bit shorter. so that we don't oversaturate everyone. Next up, we have little hairbands. These were $6.88 for a set of 3. I don't generally, no, a set of 4. Wow, that's cheap. That's $1.50 each, just over, about $1.20 each, $1.24 each to be exact. That's awesome. No, $1.74 each. So, yeah, they sit like that. Cute. So we got the black and white stripe. We have the plain black with the knotted part in the middle, and they're all coated. We have the white and black dot and the plain white. So we've got 2 plain, 1 black, 1 white, and the spotted black and white. I love that. And like I said, all of them for $6.88. That's a bargain. That's $1.74 each, guys. You can't beat that. That's excellent. I will keep them in the bags so they do not get dirty. And that's my haul. I will do the rest another day. There's a few items in there, and I will do that one with it next time. And yeah, because I've already made those up. Yep, I will do that next time because there's quite a bit in there. So thank you very much for watching my video. And always remember, guys, be nice, be kind, treat people the way that you want to be treated. And I will see you again next time when I'm looking straight back at you. Oh, and also I'm doing a few craft videos, so watch out for those too. Okay, see you guys. See you next time. Bye for now.